need some music this morning for sure. Need something to get us up, going, and jazzing here. Let's do this, I think. Which means Facebook is going to start complaining almost immediately. Oh, I didn't. Alright, how are our audio levels here? That's not bad. Not bad. Alright. Hey, good morning. See you over there liking my video, Jessica's. I see you. I apologize. I am still waking up. I hit the snooze button several times this morning because I was like, looks like we are live over everywhere now. Sweet. Okay, let's do the basics, right? It's always the easiest way to open. First of all, I'm Samius right there, you can see it. And I'm playing what I like to call the Muscle Wizard. It's basically a straight wizard, focusing on the Eldritch Knight tree, and then we're kind of figuring out where to go from there. We are taking some of the strength stuff, some of the two-handed weapon stuff. This may change as we advance. We might end up going more dagger and shield or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. For right now, we picked up a rat killer. It's got some pretty cool properties to it. Stunning 6, staggering blow, earth grab. It's kind of interesting, so we're gonna try it. We're probably still mostly gonna use our King Greatsword of Pure Good with the icy burst on it, but we'll see. Acid mode. A danger! Oh, let me get one of these in me. Oh boy, that's the hot. Okay, spells. Actually, let's double check our spells here. We got our displacement now. Went in and picked up Charm Monster. I don't think it's going to be that great for us because we got to be real close. Why is this not? So I deconstructed everything last night except for the main panel. I'm really good at this game. Alright, so let's do some quick getting rid of stuff here. This I don't think we can do anything with. Yeah, okay. Get out of here. Everything else I think we can just sell off this morning. I would normally go deconstruct that stuff in the deconstructor, but reasons. Alright, bam, get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, as people start trickling in, please feel free to use the various chats. Until somebody decides to get into the voice chat and help give me someone to talk with, it's gonna be me rambling on. So if you guys can give me things to ramble on about, that would be great. Potion of Stone Skin and a couple hundred XP. We'll try to put this someplace and drink it right away. Alright, level 8. I think we'll probably start with the pit run this morning. Really actually tempted just to keep playing more of the No More Kings. Spell Song Trance and Damage Song is nice, but I think we just need a person to kiss our boo-boos. Constantly need our boo-boos kissed. We've been running around on R2 this life. Pretty much is our bottom. I don't think we've done a ton of oh, who's this? It's Willow. It's Willow. Let's wave it. Let's wave real fast. She probably didn't see it. She probably wasn't there. Where did I go? This is not where I parked my car. Okay, so you can't have that highlighted. Guess it's the answer. Alright, off to the pit now, maybe. I was trying to type to my guildie here. Why teleporting? I guess that was not the thing to do. Smash, smash. Alright, you. Here's a book. Oh, I dropped it on the ground. Oh no. How will I ever... Hey. Will I ever complete the quest? Nobody knows. Alright. Going on Twitter. Fursuit Friday, Scary Stories movie. Sean Austin. Joe Biden. Mike Brown. Wow, Mike Brown is trending again. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get rid of this. Just so it's gone. Wow, that's a long... 200 points absorbed for 20 minutes. It's pretty sweet. Okay. Let's switch to Pudding. Pudding Killer. All my nerdy things. Maybe this is just the right playlist to wake up to this morning. Alright, well, we gotta pick up. I have to pick up treasure like that. I mean, it's not good treasure, but it is stuff we can deconstruct for money. And Canith essences. Assuming that we were awake enough to do everything we're supposed to do. Yeah, we need to be hitting our 5 button as much as we can. It costs us basically nothing, and it gives us at least +1, if not more, to our hit and damage. Basically, it's like another bard spell. We need to just keep that in mind. Alright. Normally I don't feather fall around because I find it to be more time consuming. But I think we're going to feather fall around this one at least. Come on. I think she's running. Can I get can I get a little bit of healing funk? Yeah, that's probably enough. Alright, we're going to continue to experiment with our rat catcher here. Our rat killer, sorry. I keep saying catcher. I've already earth grabbed one bad man. Looks like we stunned that guy as well. Yeah, that seems like a pretty okay. I mean, we took a lot of damage, but we fought some big boys right there. What do you guys think of the rat killer so far? I granted that was like one fight. It's hard to judge a weapon off of one fight, but that was a pretty successful one big fight. Oh, ouchie on my... Oh, double ouchie. It's fine. When you have Featherfall, you can make some of these bigger jumps like this, but you have to know that you're going to make them earlier. You can't like this side along the way. Like you have to go, okay, we're definitely going to make these crazy jumps today. We're about ready for Quicken, I think. I'm usually not a big Quicken guy, but if I'm going to melee my spells, I need to be able to cast the spell and get back to melee as quick as possible. So, normally I don't need it, but I usually also cast my spells, you know, outside of melee range, for the most part. Ooh. Oh, the lag. The lag was real there, kids. And we grabbed a nothing. Wow, okay. There was no excuse for that. There was absolutely zero excuse for that. Steam-powered giraffe. Remember that in the future. Any of the nerd bands, I've been trying really hard to check out. Malfunction. Is it possible that I just overdid that jump? No. That jump was okay. We just lagged around. I'm not sure. Whoa! Oh, our Featherfall wore out. Alright, well. Guess we're not gonna get that, I'm not running back up there again. I feel like we ran up there plenty. Leave me alone, fly. Leave me alone, fly. No, I'm kidding. One of these days I should go on a fly murder spree in here. I think we're at 2 flies now. We were at 1 fly for a long time. Now we're at 2. Oh, we have Didor too. I usually don't have Didor in this quest. So we can speed ourselves up quite a bit if I remember that I have it when we're doing the big runs. The reason for us to, I'm not necessarily doing a teaching run of the pit this morning, so I'm sure some people will learn some tricks as we go, but oh, I know what else I was going to do last night. I was going to look into, or this morning, I was going to look into my armor situation. I'm not very pleased with what we have right now for armor, and I would like to figure out something a little different. But I'm not sure what we want for armor. I don't think we need to worry about mono oozes right now. Hey fly, stop biting me. She is in danger. Thought it was awkward that she was taking damage, or had taken some damage. What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Why did I not do right? Oh, I didn't set the green lever. Ah, so bad. Fine. I'll go back up and deal with it later. Man, I'm just not playing well this morning yet. I apologize for my sleepy play. I like to pretend that's not like me, but I'm often sleepy. Just try not to let it affect my play. So gross. So gross this morning. No, I did green. Alright, so did I not set something correctly over here? Candy cane. Hat. Is that one supposed to be H? Oh, no, I'm not awake this morning. Come on, brain. I guess before we jump down, we'll double check that I didn't just like misclick through this one up top. Oh, that's alright. Okay. So I must have just got those backwards. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. We have 2 different stone skins. Isn't that special? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, that is special. You'd also remember to cast Displacement. It's a lot of mischance opportunities. Alright, so every time we cast a spell, we get +1 to attack and a spell that damages a guy. We get +1 attack and damage, which is why I'm trying to spam fireballs as much as I can. That's weird. Oh, I guess we're not Featherfold right now. Okay. Thought I had Featherfold again. See, this is why I usually don't Featherfall myself very much, because you become reliant on it, and then if it's not there for whatever reason, like you did a gear swap or your spell got dispelled or whatever, then you just end up making all these misplays because you're not ready for whoa. You did get clipped by that fireball. Cut it out. You butts. Oh, lots of danger up here, Rob. Heaps of danger. Whew. It's a little closer than it should have been. Keep going. Keep going. Kiss our boo-boos. Kiss our boo-boos for days. Seems like half of our healing magic's not getting cast on us. For whatever reason. Alright, we gotta pull a lever down here, and then, or a valve, I guess, technically, and then we gotta go pull a lever. That's where we want to go, is over there. Oh, I have my feather fall on. See what I mean, though? See how I messed up? I didn't have my feather fall on when I thought I did, and it's fine. We will just jump over here. Hey, good morning, Top Hat Talabbies. We're going to take a bio break real fast. From that, I am in fact taking a bio break. Alright, yeah. I'm definitely taking a bio break. Just a bio break. Alright, and back. It's not too late if you want to get in. I can put a pin in it mostly right now. Mostly. This is a great way to play catch up. It's a big old pile of XPs. Big old pile of XPs. Sounds good, mate. Alright. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding, boo-boo? Almost need another cleave. Fine. as you stay off of my light bulbs here, I guess. Hey, thought you were a helper. I had it and I messed it up. As is my way. I was hoping all these guys would kill each other, but apparently it's not going to happen for today. Well, it's this one. That's the one that's incorrect. Alright, there we go. I would like to just detour out of here, but we need the shrine, so whatever. Fireball's 15 mana. So currently I have Fireball like on the 7 key anyway. Totally unmeta magicked. Totally everything. I will probably change that at some point, and I will make a unmeta magic buttoned like a special key, and I'll have a regular Fireball someplace else. I suppose we just do it right now. Excuse me. I don't think there's any oozes in the bill control. I look more handsome without your glasses. Well, what can I say? Sometimes we're cursed to cover up our beauty. Be right back. All right. Hey, what's up, buddy? Say what? Everything above eye level. Okay, gotcha. Smell what you're cooking now. It's gonna be that kind of morning, I see. Can I cast any of my buffs? Is that what's going on? That must be what's going on.
One of my house numbers fell off, and I went to go look because they're like really crappy, plastic, like glue-on type house numbers. I went to look to see how much those things were, and man, those things were more expensive than you think they would be.
I'm like $5 a piece. Yeah, you're almost better off just getting wooden ones if they once like one or two of them disappear or whatever, it's almost better to just get it done.
Yeah.
So how's your tum-tum? Better? Must be if you're here. Yeah, it sounded pretty unpleasant last night.
Yeah, usually it's like a quick trip to the bathroom, and then I'm like shaky for the next like 3 hours, and I just don't feel like doing anything, you know?
Yeah.
It sucks, but, you know, it is what it is.
A fat or be a fatty. Oh no, I gotta lose some poundage here. I'm hoping that sweating it out on the bus will be a thing. I just really thought I'd spend more time during the weekdays working on stuff, but so far that has not been the case. I've just been, but our current stage of where we're at right now, it just doesn't feel like we're in a spot I get to do a lot of that kind of stuff yet. But I will be spending a lot of time this weekend working on Windows. So that'll probably be hot in and out work. And I might actually go buy some more sheet metal and start working on sheet metaling the bedroom area. Because some of the boards that guy like caulked in or whatever, let's just say they're not what I would call waterproof. But I painted them. No, that's not how. It's not how waterproof works, guy. Oh man, we actually got up high on the first fall, but I didn't think we would, so I wasn't ready.
I mean, waterproofing will help a little bit, not like, painting will help a little bit, but it's not going to waterproof it perfectly, you know?
Well, the thing is that I don't think the guy caulked them in even. Like, he obviously started to, but then, like, I think he used a caulk that gets harder to dry or whatever. Like, it was not great, yesterday when I went to look in there. Like, the bottom 8 inches of each of those pieces of plywood were completely soaked.
Right.
And there's definitely water that had ran down onto the floor. And that's why I couldn't figure out in the evening, like, where it came from. And then the next day when I got out there and I was like, oh, well, that's why these boards are completely soaked.
Right.
We had some water on the floor from another place where we had windows open. No, are you kidding me right now? Come on, lag. This is cray. The lag today is unreal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Magic Daily, so.
Just like you're getting bounced off of things you shouldn't be getting bounced off of. It's like, oh well, you would have grabbed onto that had that, like, we registered that you were there, but since we didn't because of the lag, you get a fall by instead.
So this week's weekly for Magic is Almond Ket, and it's Singleton.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm terrible at Singleton. Like, if it's not Commander, like standard Singleton, I'm terrible at it.
I don't know. I haven't even turned on Arena this week. I had pretty much everything caught up last week, but I didn't start on the whatever for the lands.
Yeah.
So other than that, I had last week done.
Yeah, I've got
But
2 of the lands so far.
are they still? They're still in place.
No.
Okay.
If you miss the event, you miss the event.
Well, I know that you can just buy it with shards.
You can buy the Zendikar ones with shards. You can't buy the other ones.
That's alright. Kind of rather have the Zendikar ones, I think. I don't know. I'm still just, other than drafting, probably not ready to spend money on Arena right now, but heck, even then, I'm not sure I'm in the should be spending money on Arena.
Right.
But to be fair, though, as long as it's a core set, I don't have to worry about it.
For sure.
But man, this ooze is just killing me here. He is under the water and I can't hit him. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, the arena stuff. I don't know. I would love to feel more excited about Magic right now. I'm just not.
I hear you.
And I've got.
This is the first year in a long time that like I have like not felt like buying the Commander precons.
I think part of it is I know that with the bus transition I can't keep my Magic stuff anyway. In fact, we're using it to literally get the bus. So it's like, why do I want to keep adding? Why would I want to keep being excited?
Right.
I mean, the reason why I need to do it is because it's my job, but
yeah.
But it's like it just doesn't seem like the best emotional use of my time.
Yeah. No, I mean I get it. I really do.
Woo! Okay, we need to actually back up again. Something hit us really quite hard.
I don't know, I'm playing against like mono green right now. We're in this like really weird spot where neither one of us can really profitably attack.
Doesn't sound like mono green.
Well, like I've got enough that I can just like chump block. He doesn't have any kind of like, you know, trample or anything like that. And then he's got just like basically just a wall of guys that I just can't get through. So, I don't know, it's just a weird like just kind of stare down until one of us gets, probably until I get Cranko, and then things are gonna get out of hand.
Oh man, this got me punted so hard right there. Stupid chain lightning shenanigans. Yeah, I didn't realize that these guys had chain lightning at level 8 in the pit, but apparently I should have remembered that. Apparently I should have known that they were gonna just hit me super hard. Shrine. We only have to kill those 2 guys. I should be able to just shrine enough mana or hit points to take care of business, but what a jerk. I was over there trying to get healed and like pew, lightning bolt to the balls.
Yeah. Well, I think he finally just broke through the stalemate here. He's played 2 Biojankooses against me.
I'll probably get her done.
Yeah, I think that's probably gonna do it.
And you could probably still get there with your Cranko if it's big enough. Like,
yeah, but I haven't even got one yet though, so
yeah, you're gonna have to like play it, give it haste, make sure you give it like at least an extra +2,
yeah,
+3.
sweet. He's not as good as the old Cranko, but he's sweet.
I don't know. I don't know about the old Cranko at all, but I really...
The old Cranko, you just tap to make goblins equal the number of goblins you control.
It does seem okay, but...
There's, like, so many different ways to go infinite with it.
Well,
just infinite goblins with like, Purpose triggers or impact trimmers, you know? Kinda dumb.
Well, that's probably why it doesn't do that anymore.
I mean, it was a degenerate card.
Okay. Like, why is that egg not breaking? Alright, we're ransack. We're done here.
So, did you run the Tide Turn stuff already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran all the 7s. Basically, I went the same way I would go if you were there, except I went down to R2s instead of R3s.
Right. Yeah, I just need to know what I need to run today, though.
Yep. You're back. That is, of course, my code phrase for I'm going to mute myself so I can blow my nose.
Yeah.
That is like the one you... Uh-oh, it's not good. We may have... Alright, it doesn't look like we did. Looks like we managed to bounce around in such a place that we did not get hit too hard by the avatar.
So that's the one use for your stream deck, is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, my primary use is definitely muting.
Yeah. Mine is like controlling my music and my scenes is basically what I use mine for.
I mean, that was the thing that you told me about it that basically sold me on it, right? Was the
muting, yeah.
Was muting. So that shouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah.
Man, what a beating! This whole the pit run, this life was crazy.
I love the pit. I don't even care if it's like if I'm having a bad pit run. You know,
It was not my best pit run for sure. We probably need to work in a few mana items. I don't think I currently have any mana items in, so we're a little short.
I don't know why, but I love all those quests in that range. Like the pit, here, Gwylands. Like I love all of those quests.
Yeah, I love all level 7s, really.
Like there's not really any reason why I should like just straight up love them, but I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they're really well designed.
Yeah.
They're some of my favorite quests as well. I think also there has something to do with, like, at least for me, if there's a quest that nobody else likes, there's a strong likelihood that I'll be a fan.
Yeah.
And especially if I can figure out like a mechanic or something that makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people don't like the pit because they get lost in it, but it's like it's actually pretty easy to like know the way in there. You just have to take the time to learn it.
Yeah. I think it's more of like in my opinion, if you can learn how to read the map, then you'll be, which is usually what I end up trying to teach people, is how to read the map.
Right.
So, If you start with learning how to read the map, you'll get there. Alright. Blow my nose yet again. Man, it has been crazy today. Excuse me. Alright, so we have a bunch of quests actually that we can do at 8. 8 is like a super easy level, to be honest. Yeah.
8's easy. I like 10 too. 10 is like because you get all your Ravenloft starting, and that's like.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Hey, good morning, Varsh. Good to see you, good buddy.
Morning, Varsh.
Happy Big Eye Samus to you. There we go. And Samus to you, my friend.
Samus.
What do you... Oh, Clarice on the sofa. That is adorable. That's pretty cool. Alright, so like I said, we have... Yeah, I think we're just going to start with the Lyras. 19 minutes.
This is pretty great.
Yeah, that's probably enough time. Let's see, are my teleport scrolls in here? So, if I remember right, you had some thoughts on the bus emote that we're kind of working on right now.
I mean, just like putting a hat on it, like it's for like it, you know?
Right.
Like it's wearing the hat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I could have like really thought of, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of, like I said, I tried that, but
You know, it didn't look right.
yeah, it didn't look right. You couldn't tell what it was, especially once you got it down to like that medium size that I think Twitch basically runs all the time.
Yeah.
But Wood was on last night, and she's like, I don't like the yellow, but if it wasn't yellow, I don't think it would...
I don't like the
People would
yellow either.
recognize what it is.
I don't like the yellow either, but I mean, to me, I think that's such the thing with the bus is like it's a cool emote, and I like it. But when you go somewhere else, they're gonna be like, "Why do you have a school bus emote? Like, what's the story?"
I
It's
completely
like,
understand.
It's relevant for us.
Well, that is definitely one.
So I don't think it matters what color, right?
I mean, that is a fair argument. I don't know. I'm gonna keep fiddling with it.
I was thinking about it last night, actually. I think a cool emote would be a Brainfire emote.
Yeah, but I just don't know how I would be able to do a brain fire in that size.
Right.
You know, like, because clearly what it would be is it'd be like a Samus with the, instead of a hat, it would just be like fire.
Right.
But at that size, the fire would just, I don't think would look like anything. I could be wrong, and people could, I can be convinced, but at the moment, I just don't.
I mean, I think that it would just be like a fire, or like a brain with fire going around it, and then like, I don't know, something similar to that, I don't know. But I don't know, I think that would be a cool emote, but I like the bus idea more. I think the brain fire would probably be like an X emote or something.
Yeah, we are. In my brain, the odds that we're gonna make it to the next one. Now, granted, right now we have the biggest. I mean, we're at 32 again.
Yeah.
So, like, again, I think another pile of gift subs wore off. But like, because I think we're at 37 or 38 yet last night. So our biggest chance was probably yesterday right now, unless a lot of people feel the overwhelming desire to be generous at the moment. But we don't even have 5 people in the channel. So we need another 18 subs to get to the next tier. And I think that next tier may be a tier 2. Just probably why they have it at that price range or that number range, because you know, you get so many more points from tier 2 and tier 3.
Right.
So I suspect they probably intend for when you're getting to that point, you're having a mix of subs that are well, they're both at 5. Okay, so I guess the same spell can hit multiple guys, but they just can't do it at once. Must be like a proc.
So have you been thinking about the new Patreon tiers, or?
I actually, since we actually started making progress on the bus, I have not worked on them at all.
Okay.
I do need to. But other than like the addition of, you know, like your name to the bus somewhere.
Yeah.
I did actually see a lampshade that I thought I could turn into a hat at Home Depot the other day.
Did you?
Or not Home Depot, Lowe's, but
Awesome.
yeah, I did. And I went, oh man, I should go look at that, because that. But then the wife was like, we need to just go. I'm like, alright, never mind. We'll just get out of here. My screwing around is not nearly as important as the boss, like, being done. She's like,
Okay.
I'm over it. Alright, let's go then.
No.
I've been walking around Home Depot for an hour. Let's go. Or Lowe's or whatever place it happened to be.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't remember which one. Oh, this might be bad. I guess it was fine. Yeah, I know. The rat killer might be.
On, little cough button on my soundboard here. And try to like cough and say we'll mute it.
Yeah, like I said, I have two mute buttons on the stream
Arena
deck.
doesn't play nice with my Discord. With Discord, it's like it won't let me push to talk, so I have to have voice activated.
Right. Well, one of the Stream Deck buttons that's like pre-built in there is just mute everything.
Right.
So I have that one. Then I also have, excuse me, just mute OBS.
Right.
Oh my goodness, my nose could let up any time.
Yeah. I need to make sure that I actually run Delaris this time. I entirely skipped Delaris last life.
I tend to skip it quite a bit, to be really honest.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, alright, it's level 10, or level whatever, level 8, I want to go run Thrall the Necromancer. And it's like,
Right.
I have to run all of them. I don't want to run all of them. Today, it's I think going to be a good time filler, but
Yeah.
a lot of the times it's like, yeah, I don't want to run all of them. Come here.
I need to figure out a way to get those epic raids going.
Yeah, Tobrell talked about it a little bit last night, and then immediately logged off to go play Hots with the boys instead.
That's funny.
He's like, oh yeah, I need to run like literally any raid, and I'm like, well, I know Talab was talking about how he needs a raid. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I need as many epic raids as I can possibly get.
Oh, we did it. Yes. Yes.
What did you do?
I got through part 1 without having to worry about
Walkouts?
Yeah, getting locked out. I mean, all the way through the very end, even.
Nice.
Yeah, that's super hard to do. That last one almost always gets me. What can I say? Wizards for the W, man. Wizards for the W.
The dubs? Wizards for the dubs?
Basically. So chat, what's going on? Talking to me. Also, they moved Derek like 10 feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Am I liking the build so far? I mean, it's very similar to a lot of builds that I've played in the past.
But what's not to like?
Yeah, exactly. The biggest challenge is, since I'm going pure and not like 2 levels of Artie Splash, it does put some other things in place that are a little different than what I'm used to. For example, I don't have a rune arm, so I don't have that continuous point of DPS that I do, but now it's Mauls or whatever is in my hands. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. I mean, I would play again.
Would recommend.
I mean, if I was going to recommend it, it would not be a half orc. I'm not sure what I would recommend it as, but it would maybe like a dwarf that's gonna use dwarven axes, or because they count as two-handed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that, or an ASMR for some extra heals.
ASMR would be sweet. It doesn't do anything for like your abilities, but
Yeah, but it would mostly be for heals. And then doesn't ASMR and damage, right? Depending on which way you went. Because you could scourge and
I
get
think,
the.
like it'd be better for a charisma sorcerer, but you know.
I mean, wizards need charisma too.
What?
Huh?
For what?
UMD, baby.
You can get high enough UMD just by having a 10 charisma.
Not if you're pure. If you're pure, it gets overly complicated.
And I think I'd rather just use items, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get your big number if you have a higher stat, though. And stats are like an easy way to attack it.
Right.
Uh-oh, it's time for some D&D.
Oh man, I need to do the Amonkhet Singleton. It's the swamp that they're offering this time.
Yeah, I need to.
That swamp is super pretty.
The real problem is how many of those cards do you have?
The Singleton?
Yeah, for your singleton.
I mean, I have like close to. I'm pretty sure I have one of every card from every set right now in Arena.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're fine.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I could build pretty much any Singleton deck I want. And I mean, if I can't, then have. I'm down to one rare card. Like my rares went super fast this season. I'm down to one rare and 0 mythics now.
Wow.
Yep. And I don't want to open my box yet because it's at 182%. I like to get it above 200% so I can.
Oh, the one bot.
Check.
Yeah.
I like to keep track of my progress. I think it's dumb that they don't even let you keep track of it without doing that. But, you know, or download a third-party app. You know.
I'm just glad that they're allowing those kind of third-party apps, really.
Yeah, I am too, but it still sucks that you have to do that, you know.
It is, but again, it seems not very Wizards of the Coasty to allow that kind of stuff in the first place. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm surprised they're not like, that's outside assistance.
Right.
Alright, do we desire... So we can't do them all anyway because we don't have a way to... Because we don't have a way to undo the locked door, right? No. Alright, so let's not bother with any of them then.
So other than draft, what do you got planned for Friday Night Magic tonight?
Man, I really hope to play Constructed tonight, to be honest.
Oh yeah, for Tashar?
Well, I'd love to do Tashar, but I think it's Modern tonight. I just want to pull out. Just want to pull out my Urzas and Urza people. Yeah. I should have actually worked on the snow update more, but I haven't done it this week.
So did you end up selling any of those reshaped?
No, because they didn't stay at. They didn't. It was a.
They were at $100, and then they banned Paradox Engine and Commander, and the thing just nose dove into the ground. They're back down to $7. They went from $100 to $7 overnight.
Yeah, but that was just a. I think that was mostly just a fluke.
You think so?
Yeah, I was talking to the boss about it because I brought a bunch into it. And I'm like, hey, do you want to try to sell these super fast? And he's and we kind of talked about it for 20 minutes or so. He's like, yeah, I think what just is going on is they happen to find a card that was undervalued or whatever, and they listed it super high on TCG Player, like underlisted, but was seeing some play. Like it was seeing play underlisted, so someone bought them all out and then relisted them super fast. But on eBay still they were going for $8 or whatever. Like on eBay they never got over $8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like that was like crazy.
Yeah, I was
$100 to $7 overnight.
Yeah, but it basically went that other way too, right? It went from $7 to $100 overnight.
I think it crept up a little bit. Like I think it was like
it was basically
it went from like
overnight.
7 to like 12, and then up to 100, I think.
Yeah, like it was basically overnight though. $12 is probably about the high end for that card, but I don't know. I still really like it. I wish I. Well, I mean, I'm glad I sold those mocks or those. Man, what is it called? The lotuses. But I wish I could find my not foil ones because I would love to have one to go reshape for.
The lotus petal?
No, the time.
Oh, lotus bloom.
Lotus.
Suspend one.
The suspend lotus. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my buddies is selling his collection. He's got one of them in there, and I was like, I might.
I said I sold like 4 of them for
Yeah.
$10 a piece. Basically, a month before they printed.
Yeah. This guy goes, yeah, this is my wife's collection. You know, she's wanting to sell it. I'm wanting to sell all my stuff too. You know, and he's like, I don't know if there's any value in there. So, you know, you can look through it and then, you know, offer me a fair deal on it. And, like, I opened it up and the first page is just, like, Lotus Bloom, Verdant Catacombs, like...
Well, Lotus Booms are only like $10 each.
I know, but
it's
like,
still pretty good.
Catacombs like $80.
Yeah, Verdant Catacombs. Any of the fetch lands are really high right now, though.
Yeah.
But
it was really funny. It is like Vesuva's in there, like not like crazy expensive cards, but like you know he had value in there.
Yeah.
He had like OG Dark Depths in there.
That's like your filler for your magic store.
Yeah. Basically. I'm gonna cut. Be alright.
If I was going to continue to play with the rat killers, it's very possible I need to put a good alignment gem in the weapon. It certainly is one of the problems that, because it's not good lined right now. We keep end up having to switch weapons. Not the end of the world, but still would have preferred to not have to deal with that. Oh, I shouldn't have switched mine yet. She like ran a million years away. Oh man, my ear. I think it's probably a side effect of all that pressure that's been floating around the last couple of days. It's starting to make its way out of my ears, but alright, she's not taking damage, so we can just leave. And we're just gonna cast some firewalls and leave. How would you like to get out of the way? So I'm a fan of Rick and Morty. I like Rick and Morty quite a bit. Find them to be a quite an enjoyable television program. Season 4 should be pretty good. I think they ran into a really awkward problem last season where they overpromised and underdelivered. They were not prepared for the number of episodes that they promised. So they end up having to cut some episodes short. Yeah, we have to spam enough spells. Keep our pluses high. That was weird. That should have worked. Huh. was really weird. That magic missile did not fire that off. Wonder if that like doesn't count as a spell. That doesn't count as a spell. That's going to be really awkward.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I got the actually, I think I'll wait.
Okay.
Oh no, it has to do with brewing alcohol, so I think I'll wait till
Oh, okay.
after dark.
You got some bit though.
Huh?
You got. Never mind.
I just want to wait till after dark. I don't want to share about that on.
That's fine. Oh man, I'm looking forward to the new Arena Boys video.
Oh yeah, what are they gonna do?
Looks like it's the Leyline deck.
Is it? I think that deck is cool. I just don't think it's competitive.
Well, I imagine these were recorded like 3 weeks ago, when it, or a couple weeks ago at least, when it kind of was competitive.
Yeah.
Because of course Toffel won the Mythic Championship like 2 weeks ago. So they recorded another one where they basically tried to replicate as much of his Pro Tour winning deck as possible, which of course was Tron. So they like just made a mono green Tron deck and just slammed in whatever kind of seemed near correct. So they're like, okay, we're gonna play Tron in standard, hooray! And
Yeah.
it was fun.
Well, I mean, Prim, Asian Avenger, he made a mono green Tron deck, like at the beginning of the Core 2020 series, and it was really good. Really, really good. It used, like Nissas and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was very similar. So I'm curious to see what they did different with the Leyline deck than just the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's Toffel's deal, but literally Toffel played a stock Tron, except for he added like one extra something somewhere to take down the Pro Tour.
Right.
So I'm looking at the buy-sell trade right now, and there's a... Oh, I got a phone call coming in here. From Tennessee. I imagine that is not a phone call. Anyway, so this buy-sell trade, there's a person looking to get custom training wheels for kid. It's a little bit bigger kid, probably doesn't need training wheels, but you can't tell what's going on from the picture, right? I would also say the bike is probably at least 3 inches too small, but again, it's hard to tell from the picture what's going on. This could be a person with learning disabilities or whatever, and just wants training wheels. But the default kind of Walmart training wheels are they're not sturdy enough for this person, because again, this is a bigger person. So they posted on the Buy-Sell Trade, we're looking for someone to build us custom training wheels, and they have a pretty hefty budget from what it looked like to build these things. So instead of being like, well, heck yeah, I'll take this project on or whatever, it's like 20 people saying your kid's big enough to ride without training wheels. I'm like, you guys have no idea what the heck is going on. This kid wants training wheels. Give the bloody kid training wheels. Just happened to remember. It happens to be the top picture on the buy-sell trade here because it's the most discussed topic right now. Isn't that terrible? Like a parent out there is asking for help to give their kid the ability to ride a bike. For whatever reason, this kid or the parent wants training wheels. And instead of just helping, the most talked about forum post in that group, people basically like, hey, cut it out. It's crazy. That being said, kid's probably big enough for not training wheels. But if I had the ability to fabricate some training wheels for this person, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying like...
People can just be jerks. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. I'm not 1,000% sure what the current budget is, but they originally posted it at $12,000. Like for $12,000, I would figure out something for you.
Right.
Like for $12,000, I'll walk around behind this person and make sure they don't fall down. For at least a week, probably longer.
Oh, here we go.
Morning, Wood.
Hey, how's it
Morning,
going?
guys.
Alright, well, I guess the best course of action to get me and Rhett caught up would be just go to 3 barrel and first
Are you
time
dying?
bonus and all.
Is who dying?
Did you sneak in a 9 there?
No, she
I'm
asked,
8.
are you 9?
No, I'm still 8.
Okay.
Although we're making progress. We'll probably be 9. Well, at least before the end of the stream. Maybe even sooner. We are trucking away. Just trucking away.
What are we doing now?
I'm currently trying to get to Thrall the Necromancer because I want to do Thrall the Necromancer, but I didn't want to do the rest of the Lyras, so now I'm just smashing through everything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Thrall the Necromancer. The rest of the Lyras. It's a good chain to run, but I've run it so many times I'm kind of over it. I would like to just kind of blast through the quests that I want to do. I might even skip 9 by just doing Shadow Crypt a bunch. I don't know yet. I guess it will depend on where I come back to everybody else at as well. Looks like Talab has fired up his DDO.
Yep, gotta catch up. Arena dailies are over, so might as well.
Ketchup is too sweet.
So I read a thing, and someone was trying to say that ketchup was a soup, I think.
Yeah.
And then they decided instead it was a jam.
A jam?
Yes, because it has so much sugar in it. And the way it's cooked, it's actually just a thin jam.
No. Jam is jam not because of the sugar, it's because of how thick it is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like a thin jam because of all the sugar in the... Because it is thick, it's just not as, thick enough that most people would consider it that. But I guess technically it falls within the parameters of being jam. There's an interesting Reddit post.
I don't buy it. It's a sauce.
Oh, Plague Reaper too. Man, we had double Reapers up here. I wonder I'm getting, I don't want to say rickety wrecked, but a little bit. Yeah, let's just leave this room, call our Hireling, get some heals. Oh, and we had a Fear Reaper somewhere screaming at us for days. Oh, sweet. I need a heal. Is that the Fear Reaper? Alright, sweet. So that room had 4 Reapers in it? Crazy.
Doesn't anymore.
Not.
They're still alive or chasing you.
That's fair.
Pirate treasure map? What is this?
You can get treasure maps in the Cove. And you can get them in the daily rolls. How many Reaper points am I at now? 38, I think.
Plus one to the loot.
Oh, no, we just hit another one. 39.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a one-shot gem of treasure thing.
See, you'd have your Reaper pet already for the Permadeath.
Yeah, it only took me 2 years.
Yeah.
That's not true. Probably a year.
Yep. Would you gonna come do hardcore server with us?
I don't know. My core's not so hard anymore.
Your core's not so hard anymore.
Yeah.
I think you have to believe. It's all about the mental energies.
Yeah. That's fake.
I need to remember to put this song on the, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to put it on the viewer request list. It's Constantinople. I like this song.
Hey Sam, I'd like to request these Constantinople for the next your request night.
Just going to do it my own self. I watch my video sometimes. Watch the playback. It's in the upper right hand corner or left hand corner of my second screen. I know how often people actually know what my second screen looks like. So most of the time my second screen looks like this, basically, for those of you who are watching the stream. So I have the music cue, I have the chat over here, I have the combined chat over here, and then I have Discord kind of down here, kind of seeing what's going on. If I could get Discord to be smaller, and make it more condensed, it would be great, but I can't. So I'm constantly monitoring both the OBS, the playback on Twitch, and the music. Like all of that stuff gets watched all the time in the chats.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes it takes me a minute to get the chat. Like I have mega thick. Congrats.
So close to just buy a third monitor.
The problem for me is I'm just not sure how I would, one, make room for a third monitor on the bus. I just don't think I can.
Right.
And two, I'm not sure if I want to have another video card in the computer to kind of jiggle with it. I already had the chat screen up. You're on YouTube, you can rewind it. It's right there, just rewind. Just be kind, rewind.
Does the Twitch chat come up on YouTube?
Yes.
Because the thing with the bus is that you could actually even mount arms for your monitors to the ceiling, and then when you're when you're using them, you pull them down, and when you're not, you can like lay them flat up against the ceiling.
Yeah, if it was on my point of view, just rewind it. I literally shared my second screen. All you have to do is rewind it. The problem with is I'm not 100% sure if I'm not going to go with a adjustable desk in the bus.
Right.
So
I mean, even with the adjustable desk, right? Like you can still mount arms to the ceiling.
yeah, I don't know.
Actually, I think that'd probably even give you more freedom just
You have a
because.
tight overhead as it is.
Yeah. Like I said, the way I'm kind of visioning it now, I'm gonna just do one of the stand or adjustable desks from anonymous AI, and I'm gonna get more of these AB gas powered arms, and then I'll just have those. So this way, if I need to like stand them up, I can do that. If I need them to fold out of the way, go up and down or whatever. I think it'll work, but I don't know. It also depends. I also like designed a crazy, super insane desk.
Put the monitors in a box and stick them in the window.
That sounds terrible. That's so far away. No,
Just like driving down the freeway and your monitors are falling.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
Your box is just gonna sit there. It's not a cardboard box, guys. Jeez.
No, like the difference is how far away I'd want them to be, kind of situation. No, the other thing I thought about doing was basically mounting everything to a pole, so everything would be mounted to one pole in the corner and supported, and then I could basically swivel my desk against the wall, or I could pull it back out and put it into like the living area. So I could. They make an arm that's a company. What's it called? I think it's called like legume arm or something like that. No, that can't be right. What's a body of water?
Lagoon?
Lagun. Legume.
Lagoon?
Yeah. So I guess I'm close to pronouncing it correct. Close enough someone else figured it out. But
I don't know about that.
well,
Lagoon is spelled with two O's. What's the purpose?
so Anyway, the arm is actually built on a series of adjustable risers. So it can adjust up and down. It can swivel 360 degrees at the top of that point. And then at the end of the arm, the table mounting plate can swivel all the way around.
I would call that Lagun.
Lagun? I don't know. I keep hearing a lot of people say it. But it's a...
Look at it's a gun. It's your monitor gun.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, they it's for RVs and boats, which is why I thought it was like a boat thing. Like a body of water. But anyway, they make a stand like that. They make a stand like this that like rolls up and down out of the way. Like they make a bunch of different stands. So I was looking at seeing whether or not they had one that would be heavy duty enough to hold like a table that was a tower case as well. But currently I haven't seen one. But I really like the idea of these things, so I thought about stealing their idea, making it basically a super powered one, and mounting it to the bus, like building it out of 2-inch steel pipe. But that would again involve some welding, and I currently don't have a welder, so. Because again, when I texted my father about doing some welding work for me, his only response was okay.
A man of few words.
No, my father loves to talk. He's just, I think he dropped his phone, and he refuses to buy a new one or let anybody buy him a new one. So he basically has to type with letters and numbers and stuff, and also he doesn't get to see everything on his screen, like the whole message. So like I wrote him a log message about needing his help on the bus and stuff, and I'm not sure how much of it he could actually read. So he might have only read bought bus welding or something. I have no idea. I don't want to make excuses for my father being my father, but sometimes the things he is good at, he is very good at, but communication is not one of those things.
Sounds like my dad.
Mine too.
Funny about the communication like that. My father was a ham operator.
Oh, he's probably great at talking to somebody, right?
In Morse code. He used to come in and just start jokes and then say the punchline in Morse code. Yeah, he was very. He thought that was very funny. And it wasn't like you know, ha ha ha. I'm sending it. You can't understand it because it's in Morse code. It was like. It's funny because it's a funny joke, and too bad if you can't understand it. You should learn Morse code.
Well, maybe he was trying to motivate you to learn Morse code so you understand it. Maybe he was trying to excite your desire to learn. I'm not sure how likely it is, but maybe.
Even if that was, see, and that's a communication issue again.
I would agree.
That was not motivating. I was motivated enough to learn, and if he would just like, you know, say things in Morse code and then point to them, then I would start to understand the code, because I was a kid.
Right.
And I was happy to learn. I wanted to learn Morse code. But every time he involved me in it, it was painful, so. Still have a problem with numbers.
Fathers are not always good at teaching things.
Old-time fathers are not as good.
Like my dad was always trying to teach me car stuff. I'm like, Dad, I don't give an S about car stuff. Now, of course, I'm like, man, I wish I knew more about car stuff, but...
See, and he was trying to... That's one thing that... I remember having to go jumpstart my son's car a couple of times, and one time I went there, and the car won't start, and I did you lift the hood? What did you find? He said, I don't know anything about cars. Why would I lift the hood? I lifted the hood and I said, you see that little thing right there? That's supposed to be on the battery. It's not supposed to be hanging down, you know, where it is. You could have fixed that easily just by lifting the hood. Well, I didn't know.
Well, again, you had to know what's in there. You have to know how it's supposed to be.
A battery cable?
Some people. You still got to be taught. Seems like common sense, but some people still got to be taught.
One thing that I realized about my kids is they didn't get things automatically. You didn't turn 10 years old and automatically you knew a lot about electronics or numbers or, you know, whatever. You have to teach them, and that was, I guess it was one of my shortcomings, but I just figured that they would learn because that's what I did. Because if it was up to my father and mother, I would have learned. I wouldn't have learned English. I would still be tapping on the wall and pointing at things.
I said different times.
That makes the Discord conversation like extremely.
I mean, different, right?
Yeah.
Especially she was tapping in Morse code all the time because that was the only thing she figured out.
I was trying to speak Morse code. The only thing I learned was my initials, and I don't remember what they are now.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to learning something like a Morse code or whatever. Be quicker at the binary. There's like a hex binary thing that you can basically do one-handed. It's super fast. It's actually, the guy who invented the mouse really wanted us to use it instead of a keyboard because it's super efficient, only uses one hand. It's all numerical. I remember watching an interview. Apparently he taught his kids, but his wife didn't want to learn or couldn't get it or whatever, so they would be able to sit down at the kitchen table and just like wiggle their fingers like this, basically up and down, tapping on the table, and have secret communications that the mom couldn't figure out. And she's like, "Oh, just use your words." But apparently, once you got it, it's super easy. But I don't know about that. That sounds a little far-fetched to me still. Probably should have killed those guys. Of course. What was that?
Russ got an easy day today. He only has 12 and a half hours today.
Oh, nice.
My goodness. Slacker.
How many kids is he teaching? Why are they so dumb?
He's a band director.
Yeah, I knew that's what he was saying, but just how dumb are they that he's got to be there 12 and a half hours?
Yeah, he does live in Texas.
Oh my god. Stop.
That's my point. They can't be that dumb. They live in Texas. What? The door closed? Oh my!
Yeah. Are you in there by yourself, Sam?
I am. Just me and Nimith.
I couldn't play with you.
You want to come play? Come play.
Can't.
Can't.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go have lunch, even though I just ate breakfast.
Oh man. I would not be opposed to having some lunch or breakfast pretty soon.
Well, I'm going to Denny's probably, so.
Oh, so You could have just said you're not eating. You're just going someplace.
Well, it's actually it's not to eat. It's for a summit.
Yeah, what kind of summit? You gonna go talk to Kim Jong-il about his nuclear weapons program at Denny's?
No, I call it a summit because that's what my mother called it. When she would go to visit a friend, go next door, talk to a friend. And I said, "What do you do over there all the time?" And she goes, "We're solving the problems of the world." So I figure that's a summit. So my friend and I have every once in a while we get together and have summits.
Why?
She just became a grandmother for the 3rd time, so I'm sure she's got baby pictures of her new grandbaby.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Give her my condolences.
Ha 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 ha. You're not a grandfather yet.
Thank goodness. Hopefully not for a long time. I'm gonna die for sure. Oh, yep. There it went. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to kill this room and then res with the hireling later. Yeah, the Plague Reaper plus the like we could just run away, but I don't think that's a good idea. Plus the caster that was giving the poison dots, I think was too much.
Gotta go get my medicines. Be right back.
Alright, we'll see if we can... See, we still have the poison dot. We haven't see that guy. Anyway, we'll see if we can make the distance here. Okay, we'll make it. Still foolish, but we'll make it. I would have been really impressed though if Wood was like, yeah, we're gonna talk to Kim Jong-il, we're gonna get this hammered out. He's gonna turn over those nuclear weapons and give it up. I would have been very impressed.
I would have too.
My niece continues to make me want to day drink.
Oh, don't do that. I'll stop throwing money at you.
Day drinking?
Yep.
Well, I can't drink after 10, so it's not like I can drink in the evenings.
Oh, okay, that's fair, I guess.
My 8-hour window is mostly daytime. I mean, just to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, she's... Just, you know, she's pregnant again, right? I mentioned that before. But apparently her first child is now annoyed that she's trying to sleep so much. Again, surprise, surprise, when you're a single mom. Children want attention. So she's of course wiped because she's currently growing another child and trying to work at least a couple hours as she's able. So she's tired, which I totally get, but the child now, the one-year-old and change maybe, I can't remember, wants attention and is throwing the contents of her diaper at her.
Nice.
And she's like, I'm trying to sleep and you're throwing you're throwing your diaper at me. It's like, well, Mom, that means you need to get up and change the diaper because she can't talk. She can't go, hey, I need a diaper change. And it's all you. You chose this life. You could get help if you asked. People would want to help. People have offered to help, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah. So I got this friend that plays my game with me on Sunday, right? My Pathfinder campaign.
Right.
And he's been really excited about playing this zombie game. Okay, so I go, okay, yeah, we're gonna play the zombie game. And he says, okay, well, you know, I don't want, like, I know we're playing this ourselves, and that's fine, but I want to play in a world where I never met my wife or my daughter, because I don't want them in danger even in the fake game. And I go, okay, I can understand that. I get that, okay, but I was like, okay, I've got this figured out so that they're not going to even be, like, probably even mentioned in the game, right? And now he is texting me and trying to write the story for me, but he doesn't want to do that. And I'm just like, dude, I have this, don't worry about it, I got it, you know? It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line, right, between collaboration and dictation.
Yeah. So I texted Rhett what you said, 12 and a half hours, how dumb are his kids he teaches? And he goes, not dumb, they just want to get work in.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to, because I assume it's marching season right now.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine either marching for stuff or even practicing your instrument for 12. Like, that's a lot.
Well, I mean, I did marching band, and like his kids are probably only playing for 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that. Like, he's putting extra work of like he's writing the music, he's checking all the make sure that everything's like all the formations are in line. Like the lot of band directors doing a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, when they decide to do all their custom stuff, you don't really need that much, though. I know. He probably knows better than I do, but I know that my band director, like, he did write like school cadence or whatever, but he used that thing for, I don't know, like 40 some years. Alright, so we have Onslaught, Onslaught, not the other one, and we have Ransack. So we really need, I want to say it's like 118, so we need to not kill this guy right away, I believe. Let's look. Oh yeah, we're in Conquest. I can also literally feel the bone in my neck that's so far out of place. It's very painful today. I'm tempted to go to make a special appointment to the doc, except they're not open on Fridays. So the soonest I can get in is Monday anyway. My appointment's on Tuesday, so I'll probably just have to, well, I don't have to suck it up on Monday, but I probably will just suck it up on Monday.
I'm back.
Welcome back! So what's on the other than baby pictures? What's on the agenda?
The summit?
Yeah, and your summit. What else is on the agenda?
Oh.
Are you gonna tell your friend about this incredibly cute streamer that you watch and hang out with?
You can tell him about Sam too if you want.
Why would I want to talk about you?
Oh!
Oh, that's a low blow.
You guys started it. I will probably bring the game up. I will probably bring the streamers up.
Oh, Jim.
She's gonna just look at me like I'm crazy though. She's actually watched the stream though. She comes over here and I'm watching something like, I don't know whether it was this stream or was somebody else who just happened to be on.
And she wasn't like, who is that incredibly handsome bearded fellow? And you're like, oh, that's old man Sam. He tilts at windmills. He tilts at windmills.
She doesn't know, she wouldn't care about that. She's just like, and you watch them play games that you're not playing? Yeah. And people watch this? Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't get it.
It's kind of like sports. A lot of people don't get why people watch somebody else play sports.
Yeah. There's some of that. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's like, do you watch a TV show where they're telling a story, doing a thing? Well, you're watching that, but also you get to interact with the person. Yeah, depending on how good they are.
I mean, like, Twitch isn't really about the game so much. I can watch, but it's just more as the post interesting and, interacting.
I would disagree with you a little bit on that, because when somebody that I like is streaming something that I don't want to watch, if something's putting me, like, there was a guy doing before you guys came on, there was a guy doing Factorio. I had that on for a little bit, because I actually like the streamer, but I cannot watch Factorio. It's like, puts me to sleep. So
I'm clutching my pearls.
Yeah.
I was actually seriously debating on playing more Factorio this.
Hey, you haven't played Factorio in a long time.
Yeah, I kind of, I don't know, I think I overplayed it for a while. I kind of burnt myself out.
Well, if you do that, I'll lurk, but I'll be watching television or something.
The other one you do, what was the other one you do? The Factory Town?
Yeah, Factory Town's a little different.
Magic World?
Yeah, I haven't played it very much. Varsh, the reason why that's coming up is because I accidentally brought up my Epic Destinies. Because, again, like a fool, I was thinking, oh, I want to check my, because you asked me about the Reaper enhancements. That's not the button I wanted to push.
Go to your huge list.
My huge list. So I was like, oh, I'll bring up my Reaper enhancements when you asked, and I hit Control E to bring up that, but it turns out that command is for Epic Destinies. So once you bring this up, if you're below level 20, you'll constantly get told that you can't adjust it until you log out and log back in. There was a while where there was a little teeny tiny mistake that happened in the game, and you could twist in things at level 1 and use them. A teeny tiny, I don't want to use the E word, but there's a little bit of an E word. Everyone should know what the DDO E word is.
See, and this is where I disagree with most game developers, game designers. The current, in the commercial world, the current theory is if you are doing that, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get punished. And if you discover something like that, you never report it because you don't want to get punished. You want to do what you got to do, and I once, I wouldn't say worked, but I volunteered for a text-based game. I was a head area builder, And we had a discussion on that. And he says, no, I'm not going to punish anybody. I want them to report the bugs. And as soon as I get the message that there's a problem, I will go fix it. And if I don't fix it, they get to exploit it until it is fixed. Because if it's not fixed, that's my fault. It's not their fault. It's my fault. And people would do that. It would, stuff would get fixed or would get turned off. And that's what you should do. You should not punish the player because I'll tell you what, one of the things that I knew from text games is you never know if it's the E word.
Right.
You never know. You say, oh wow, that can't be right. And then you report it, and you report this and that and another thing, and then the designers are laughing at you because that's working as intended.
Well,
So,
I mean, I've seen that happen before, even in DDO, where they're like, "Hey, this doesn't seem like it's working right," and like Jerry's like, "No, that's working as."
so like, remember how much I was talking about the using a rune arm and the double crossbow at the same time?
Yeah.
I was like, this seems too good. This can't be right. And it took like three
Isn't that
people.
what Jerry did?
I don't know if Jerry had something like that, but it took like 3 people to talk me into the fact, like, nope, that's intended. Like, that just seems too good.
It was like the first day after release or something like that. Yes, I'm doing this because I thought that would be, faster and you get more shots off. Okay, you're the community manager, so I guess you know.
Yeah.
Somebody would tell you, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be telling people that because that's not what we intended.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's that kind of things, but to your earlier point, I'm not going to say I've never used the E words myself, but I tend to at least report them. So it's like, hey, this is doing X. And now you know. Like, you want to take care of it? Take care of it. If not, it's on you. I did my job and now I'm doing X.
But see, that is the point. If you aren't sure if it is, I'm reporting it because
Oh, no.
I want to make sure that you guys know about it.
Most of the,
And if you said don't do this anymore, if you turned it off, well then I would know. Then everybody would know that was something that you weren't supposed to be doing. The problem is they don't even let you know that things have been reported. And then if you do them frequently, and yes, there's a money duplication. That's obviously a problem. But if you keep doing things that you think are wrong, and you before it gets shut off, you're gonna get in trouble. But you don't know you're getting in trouble because nobody tells you. It's always been my beef about that kind of administration. And I didn't realize that until I was in that position where the guy said, if it doesn't get corrected, it's my fault. Well, let them do that as much as they want to, because if everybody's doing it, if it's going to affect the game that much, I need to fix it. They can't fix it, I need to fix it, and that's incentive. And that's human nature.
yeah,
I've been on the wrong side or the right side or the wrong side, I don't know which side you call it. Too many things where, yeah, that's working as intended, don't worry about that. Well, okay, but how am I supposed to know? I've reported it and I'm not doing it and everybody else is doing it and getting away with it. And then if I do that when it happens it's not working as intended, you're gonna knock me down. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure where that we don't talk about the E words kind of took place here, like that particular culture here in DDO. I mean, it's definitely
that's always been a thing with most companies. You don't especially don't explain how to do it. Now
Right.
that I can see would be a big no-no. And people say, oh, well, what do you mean? How do you do that? What's the big deal with that? Well, this is what you know, and then you get slapped down hard. And then of course you know that it is. It is a
Right.
problem.
But see, then years later, if your game is successful and people are doing things like speed runs or whatever, then these quote-unquote exploits, I'm going to go ahead and say the word now, for those of you who don't know what the E word is, and we're talking about a different game, and you can learn like weird tricks like the bump maneuver in Mario 1. If you don't do the bump maneuver in a particular place, you're not going to get the top time. It's just not something you will succeed in.
And that's another thing with as much as going on the internet, you're looking for solutions. If somebody doesn't tell you, hey, do this at your own risk. If somebody says, hey, this is what I did, and this is how you get rid of this, and blah blah blah, then you're just like, oh, okay, I get it now. I'm gonna do this, and that's another thing. Well, everybody said it was okay. Well, of course it's not okay.
Well,
You should know. Well, no, I don't know that. I'm not a designer. Didn't know what you had in mind. You didn't tell me.
right. What? Ah, lag. Stop. I value and appreciate you today, lag, but can you go trouble somebody else like in the shroud or something?
God, I wish my lag acted like this. Yesterday I was having like stream wipes,
Hey, we made it.
and I know that I was lagged. It was like I watched you standing there with your little feet running, and I was like, okay, I'm going to crash in a minute.
Yeah.
I really thought I was going to crash in a minute, especially when that happened.
So like, I'm probably gonna get in trouble now, but I watched another DDO streamer yesterday, and they did a thing that I'm going to try here. I would not necessarily call it an exploit per se, but it's definitely a trick that I personally have never tried. And I would not have thought that this was a thing that happened, but I'm gonna try it here in a minute. I don't think it was this guy. I think it was the next one. But looks like there might be a person that you can rescue in this quest without having to open the door. So you're talking about saving yourself like, I don't know, 3 seconds while the door opens, but yeah, to talk through the gate. And see, it's just something that I never would have thought of to even try.
There's a guy doing speed runs on Astroneer. His name is Captain Space Twister. And I thought it was a really cool name, but there's I don't think you're ever going to play that, but there's something that you're supposed to do with big artifacts. You have to open one up or activate it, and then go to the center. There's others that you can do, but you have to open up one before you can go into the center and activate the one in the center. And if you go down there before you activate it, a force field comes up and it won't let you in. So then you would have to go back up to the surface and activate. There's one planet where you can take a piece of a seat for the rover. You have to make car seats. You can take a seat with you and put the seat on the other side. You can put items on the other side of the force field, but you can't get there. But if you put the seat on the other side, you can get in the seat and therefore avoid that force field, so that you wouldn't, if you're doing a speed run, you're actually omitting one step so that you can get a better time. And it's like they know about it and they know that people are doing this, but they don't say, well, no, you can't do that. But I don't know whether they're probably going to fix it. But
I would assume.
they haven't said anymore, oh, you can't do this, we're going to ban you. They haven't done anything like that. And that's kind of what I was talking about. This particular thing, this exploit doesn't really hurt anything except the leaderboards.
Right.
And then, you know, when they fix it, then they're going to have to say, well, this was my time when I didn't have to do this, and this is the time when I did have to do the extra step.
So, the speedrun community is usually very, very good about like self-policing stuff like that if it bothers them. So like again, to go back to the Mario one, because I feel like it's the interesting one for me to watch, right? They'll have people who they allow bumps, and they have, like I was talking about before, or you'll have things that are not allowed. And they're two different categories. But of course, you know, when you first come up with this trick or whatever, it's, you know, you're like, oh wow, this has never been thought of before.
Or just that it's been thought of and no one said anything.
Well, usually if it's something that has been thought of, people either know about it or they're saving it. So like the current, I don't know, world record holder for Mario is like a stupid time. It's like 4 minutes. And part of it is because they allow these tricks. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until yesterday. Being able to talk to that particular prisoner without opening the door. But like, is that exploity? Should I get a ticket? Am I going to get a trouble for that? Probably not. It's probably not.
How are you going to know?
I don't know.
And there are some gaming companies that will wait months and months and months, and then when they haven't done anything or said anything, just start handing out bans. Well, why didn't you do something? Why don't you tell everybody?
Well, I
that?
feel like those are bans that are usually like, that's not a ban-worthy offense.
Well, and to be fair, I think that they don't want to tell anybody because they may be working on it and they may be having trouble fixing it, and they don't want to tell people, hey, if you do X, then you're gonna get banned, but you're gonna get X, because you know their system can't catch everybody doing it. Like they may hit 80% of the population doing it, but they may not be able to catch everybody. So I think maybe mum's the word is the best option there. Just don't tell people about it, and then like, hey, okay, this is obviously a bannable offense. People knew when they were doing it that there was a chance that they would get banned. Because not everyone does get hit with those bans. People that do it, sometimes they miss the ban.
Well, also, and there are certain like strategies that seem perfectly reasonable at the time, and then you turns out it's not a good idea later. So, for example, there AFK farming of Delira's graveyard during the event, right? Not great, not a nice thing to do, but as near as I could tell, was not against anything in particular.
I mean, I'll be honest, I did that. Like, I did the AFK farming, just, sat there in a group and just... I mean, granted, it was a group of my friends, but... Like, I never just jumped into a pug group and then you're like, okay, deuces,
But apparently, a good friend of ours, and friend of the stream, apparently had a week ban once, relatively recently, because of a situation where this person had an overnight AFK situation. And like, what I don't understand is how they can't, like, oh no, I was playing, but then I got called away on an emergency. Well, then you should have timed out. Well, I don't know why I didn't time out. Like, how is this my problem? You know?
I hit log out. I just forgot to say yes.
Yeah.
I think that Lotro has a timer on the log out. If you don't hit yes or no or whatever, it will log you out after a certain amount of time. I don't know why they don't do it here.
Anyway, good morning. Let's see, we decided the R was unnecessary, right? So Kenneth.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to overnight AFK for certain things. Mostly pre-Tasty Ham situations. But I don't do it anymore because of, you know, situations like that. Also, like, I don't need to get farmed like Tasty Hams. It's just not a thing that needs to happen anymore.
I know why they did that with Lotro. Because a lot of people would AFK crafting and then just go to bed, and they would just stay there all night. And they had to have a timeout. I think so. So there's some games where you time out faster than others. I've come back from you know, being gone hours and found myself still in a game.
I've noticed that with EDO, it seems like their timer is really, really long. Like, I didn't do the like logout thing the other day. Usually I just keep my character logged in, and I didn't do the logout thing the other day, and I came back an hour and a half later, and it was.
I think it also depends on what you're doing.
I think it would be good if they did it according to the server load. Like if there's 5 people on the server, what is it going to hurt if my character stays logged in for 10 hours?
Right.
I hate these fire elementals.
So,
Alright.
you know, this is a summit. We're solving the problems of the game.
I'm not solving any problems.
Yeah. I don't think Jerry
whole point.
taking notes.
That's the whole point. Oh my god.
No, I'm Sam, he's Talab. God's a different guy. Or gal, depending on your preference.
Yes, I know that, and I wasn't talking to you. So there.
Getting wooden aneurysm.
I've already had a stroke, thank you. I don't need another one. This is why in the middle of the stream I went to take my medicines. Oh, no strokes today, thank you. They're going to give me. I know I'm going to stroke out here. Oh, which reminds me, I gotta really start to get ready for my summit.
This is gonna be close. I may not have time.
Are you going to be solving the problems of the world?
That's what we call it. We're probably not going. She is a dyed-in-the-wool Republican, and I am a Democrat. So we don't talk about politics, and there will be no problem solving.
See, I don't mind talking politics even if people disagree with me, because I think we're all
That's how you solve the problem, is by sharing worldviews and finding common ground.
That's why we solve the problems of the world. Is we're solving common problems, not problems that are not common. We're there. And did you just die?
I did. I died on the floor, the electric floor. I got lagged into the floor. So then I Gibbers Blade. So I raced to the res shrine here. Well, let me catch up on the chat here for a second. Apparently, I did TR my monk last time I did play, so he's level 7. I transferred my monk to Solona, but I think doing that got rid of my TR cache, TR bank. So, yeah, you just go to a regular bank and it opens. I'm kind of surprised that your transfer would have processed already. But yeah, if you put in a ticket, you should hopefully get a response. Because I would assume that a TR cache would be tied to your character.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. I've only transferred one character, and they hadn't invented the TR cache yet. So, I don't know. Speaking of, for those of you who are interested, that particular character, the original Samius, the 28-point build Samius, is currently housed on Thelanis. We have a Patreon goal of 20 patrons. When we hit 20 patrons, we'll start dusting off that particular build of Samius, which means I'll be playing on Thelanis with no guild, 28 points, basically Painville times 2. Painville times 2. So if you'd like to see that, please go over to patreon.com, leave me $1, and I'd really appreciate it.
Or $3 if you're so.
Or $3 if you're so inclined. That's fair. Beef says he transferred a TR character and had everything came over just fine. Maybe that's the new tactic to eliminate TR caches, is just like, oh, you transferred, we left your TR cache over there, sorry.
And I even made it easy for people. I put a link in there and everything.
Yeah. I don't think that's very likely, but
All you gotta do is click.
all you gotta do is click.
Well, I guess you gotta click like 3 buttons.
You have to click, and then you gotta enter your credit card or debit card information, then you gotta click again.
Yeah, it's like 3 clicks.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Not bad. Not the worst. Not the worst. Oh man, I'm beat.
I've done more for $3.
Yeah. I mean, I've done more for $20, but $20 is $20.
$20 is $20.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that you probably haven't heard an answer yet. I feel like that would be something that you would hear relatively quickly.
You know, if this keeps up, Red's gonna be level 20, still using the starter axe. I think that would actually be a pretty sweet goal. TR with just a starter axe. It'd make cleaning the TR cache out really easy.
Will it though?
I mean,
Because then you have to like take literally everything out.
Huh?
You have to literally take everything out.
Yeah, but I'd have a completely empty inventory.
So
The only time I even bother running him to a loot chest is like when I need.
Oh boy.
So I got a question about sagas, right?
Okay.
So if I do all of the stuff on Reaper and get ready to and then go back and do all the stuff on Elite except for one, I go take the Reaper saga, right? And then I go do that one quest on Elite. Will I have an Elite saga ready or not?
I don't think so. I think you have to pick up your saga in between.
Okay.
I don't think you can like do a quest twice and have two charges of your saga. But I'm not 1,000% sure.
Okay.
But I imagine that is probably how it works. Yeah, Beef says no.
That's too bad.
Yeah, because otherwise you would just take every single quest. You just do Reaper Elite, move on, Reaper Elite, until you get to the last quest. Then you would do like what you just suggested. No, I don't want to listen to this song. I guess we go do Vaughn's now? Yeah, I guess so. We're making progress. I definitely want to get 9 before we log off tonight, which means in the event that Talab manages to play a bunch over the weekend, I can always start with a Shadow Crypt Crazy Zerg runs and just Shadow Crypt for days if I have to. Basically infinite mana.
I mean, I plan on catching up and then, like, getting at very least catching up. At very least.
You're like, I'll teach you for getting ahead of me, Sam.
No.
Teach you, I'll be 3 levels higher than you.
I promise anything.
I was just double checking that call from Tennessee didn't leave a voicemail and was actually important. It was not. Go figure. Yeah, I saw that. I meant to go get it and I hadn't. I forgot. I'll get them right now, actually. Buff all. Yeah, I read the release notes. So I think what I'm going to just do is I'm going to figure out a way to, like, write up and send off whatever it is that I did for the week to DDO, to whoever fills that in on the Chronicle, and just have like an automatic form and just be like, hey, so this week Samius did XYZ.
Right.
And just see if I can start getting the Chronicle every week. Because I know that there's a way that you can like submit stuff, but I've never submitted anything. I don't even know who to submit things to.
Yeah, Jerry told me at one point, and I don't remember who it is. Because I was like, hey, Jerry, can I get in the Chronicle one time? And he's like, yeah, sure, just submit it to Joe Smith. And I'm like, I don't know who Joe Smith is. Or how to get a hold of them.
Well, I think there's an email that you just send it to. But I need to figure that out and just get in the habit. Because, like, if I put all of the, whatever the last life was, together, I could send in a thing and be like, hey, Samius takes on Barbarian, you know what I mean? Like, what happens when the world's greatest wizard picks up a great sword instead? Bad things. Lots and lots of bad things. And people are going to be like, he's not the world's greatest wizard. Why would he say that? Like, because clearly I'm the world's greatest.
Obviously the world's greatest wizard.
Oh my gosh. Can we just talk about the amazement that I really am thinking about, at least for a couple of days, resetting up stuff and clipping that Stream Tom death as my donation button.
Honestly, I watched it this morning when I woke up just to put myself in the right.
Right? Like, that's like the best thing.
It really was.
Well, I think you can submit a write-up in there. Because, again, I think they look at they look at it, and if they don't have a lot of submissions, then they just go, hey, did Samius stream this week? And they're like, of course he did. It's Samius. He always streams every week.
Right.
But I'm like, why don't just include me in the Chronicle every week? Well, it's like, because they have people are submitting actual things. Where if I send in a 2-sentence blurb every week, I think it would be, maybe it'll be nothing, but maybe it'll be more eyes on the stream. I don't know. But like, it seems like every time I go look, Voodoo's in there. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's because somebody submits for Voodoo or, like, again, I need to do more advertising besides just streaming all the time. That means I need to do more DDO streams. I need to do more whatever that advertising is.
Yep. Be back in a few minutes.
Hey, Tez. How's it going, man? Did you have a good stream last night after I left? I had to get the trash out. Thursdays are trash days. Thursday nights. Monday mornings, however you want to look at it. Why? I always raid somebody playing Dungeons and Dragons when I leave if there's someone playing. So, I try to rotate. So, it's like, oh man, such and such was, yesterday, or so yeah. But it's good. I'm glad to see people streaming, so I can turn off and raid. When I'm done at 2-3 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here, folks. Enjoy this person. Please never raid anyone Twitch sings ever again. Who did I raid Clarice Twitch singing? It sounds like if I want to get to 50 subs, all I have to do is tell Talab I'll do Twitch sings at 50 subs, and I'll have 50 subs. Oh, he's not here to be like, yeah, I'll wait a minute. Oh, there he is. Okay. So yeah, I feel like all I have to do to get that is to just tell Talab at 50 subs or 50 sub points, we'll go to town. Of course, it'll all be a terrible lie, but. Oh man, that's cray cray. Let's not make that a thing. Let's not. Let's not rush to 50. Oh man. That would be insane. Anyway, thank you to Lab for gifting that sub. Welcome to the Fat Halfling. Now you get all your sweet emotes. Oh my gosh. You guys would not want to listen to me sing. I would have like the best viewership that I ever had for like the first 5 minutes, and then it would be gone. It'd be. I would not have followers after that, probably. I'd rather do like I better not say anything else embarrassing. I'd rather do some other embarrassing thing before I do that. Oh man. Excuse me. It was another tough sleeping night. Just part of the reason I started a little bit late today. I went back to bed. Oh, you monster. Let's see. This is what I was worried about. I was afraid that this was gonna steamroll. It's gonna steamroll. Next thing you know, I'll be wearing the short shorts and the push-up bra like what's her name does. Amrath. Oh, but I'll be wearing a lampshade. Maybe that too. I don't actually have a place set up for anything like that. My house, while surprisingly large, does not really have room for something like that. Come on. Let's fireball these guys. They're right in our face. Just fireball them. Fireball them for days. Oh my. There's a Mexican woman in Great Bend that it's just a nearby town that I met because of my father, and she does craft projects. I'm really tempted to like send her a little video of the hat of this hat right here, and just like be like, hey lady, this is what I want this hat, and see what she can come up with. She does, that's like how she makes all of her money. She does projects like that for people where they'll send her weird things and then she makes them happen. Whoa, we're gonna die. That's not good. We can't die here. I guess we can die here. But it would be bad. It would be bad and difficult. There's a disadvantage for this knight's transformation. The close range on your spells is a real trade-off. Summon an Ellery really fast. So we can at least fight in a firewall. Do I follow an Arch Sage? I don't know who that is. I don't know what that game is, Arch. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to put this on our bar. Oh, waka waka waka. Oh, that's what's going on. Oops. There, you guys can just go away. Ellery, no! You monsters. Alright, I think we have time for one more quest. We don't have to leave exactly at 2 today. So I think we'll probably... How much XP is that? Is it 7,000 XP? We'll do some explorers or something to get us to that point. I don't want to burn a bunch of extra XP from like Vaughn 3 or whatever. Oh, I guess we go get this key or this treasure chest. Yeah, exactly. I said I don't have to go exactly at 2, so we'll stick around just a little bit. There's like 3 champs over there too. That's nice. Might go kill those champs also. Give me a treasure chest. Give me a treasure chest. You monster. Alright. So what should we do for 7,000 XP? Anoraxia's Valley? We did not finish the explore area in the marketplace. Red fins. Do some red fins. Red fins is fine. I haven't even drank my half of my cup of tea today. Probably dehydrated. Red fins alright. Whew. Lab's like really trying to punish. Let me check something really quick. Oh, excellent. I have one more clean pair of MeUndies. So I can take a shower before I do laundry. Yes. I think I'm going to throw away all my other underpants now. I think I've decided. I'm all MeUndies guy from now on. Normal hard elite Explorer Zones would be cool. I love Explorer Zones. New rule, R1 for level for each gift sub you give. Minimum R1. Whew. They are a lot of dollars. They are a lot of dollars. Like I said, they had a 10-pack for $100. And that's what the wife and I bought. I'm so glad. I think it was a 10-pack. It may have been a 20-pack for $100. I'm not 100% sure. But man, they are so comfy. I'm one of those guys that like doesn't buy new underwear, so I have like the same underwear for 12 years or whatever. They're like 2 pieces of cloth. They're basically like crotchless panties, is what I'm trying to say. So it was time to buy new underpants, and the MeUndies were great. I don't know what I have to do to become a sponsor for me or get sponsored by MeUndies, but that's a company that I'd be like, yes, please. Right, we are 2,000. We're pretty close here. And I remember when I was a kid, I would ask my dad to get new underwear because his balls were popping out at breakfast. Oh. Well, that's just it. I'm surprised Remington never was like... Because I'm one of those guys who likes to wear shirts, but I would rather go bottomless because pants are for losers. So, good morning, Leg Bashed. Welcome to the stream. I get working in getting you a sponsorship deal. Man, I would love a sponsorship deal. Are you kidding? Specifically MeUndies in particular. But any great product would work. Any amazing product would work. Then people are like, Sam, what's our amazing products? And I'd be like these dehydrated strawberries. Buy candy on Amazon. Woo, so good. I half think of the arena as a sponsorship deal, but they don't pay me. And I think, with the exception of twice, people have, like, I've only had 2 people come to the arena and tell me, hey, I came to this tournament because I heard you talking about it on 2 Trolls or something. Yeah, I used to have really good luck with putting in tickets. And then all of a sudden, my ticketing... Like, we had a ticket in for like 4 hours last time I put in a ticket. And finally I was like, forget it. I never heard back. Excuse me, yawn right there. Did not want to share that with you guys. Share a lot of stuff with you guys, but I don't think you guys need a yawn. This is more than high enough now, right? 26. Yeah, I think that's enough now. So in my mind, it's between Spot and Haggle. I think Spot's probably better for us. I still struggle with where traps are at. And I think this is where I take... Ooh, Knight's Training. I'm like real close to taking Knight's Training, but we just don't have a lot of higher level weapons. Anyway, I think this is a Quicken. Alright, let me think. So in 2 levels we'll get another Meta Magic feat and we'll take Heighten. And in 2 levels after that we take, or at 5 levels after that we take Enlarge. So yeah, we still want Quicken here, I think. This is a tough one. Normally I take Cloud Kill here without even thinking about it on a non-DC caster. I'm still in limbo. I'm gonna try to schedule something this weekend to record and see what happens. That moment you do stuff for a few minutes to see if people notice must be because you're short. Oh, I see you now. It's because I'm thinking, hey, welcome. Yeah, my concentration's over here. I'm trying to figure out what spells to take. Yeah, I don't want to take all of them, I don't think. So I kind of want to take protection from elements, and I kind of want to take cloud kill. Ball lightning's the stronger spell, though. I'm just trying to figure out if our DCs are going to be enough that I can still ball lightning. I think so. I think we still can get away with the ball lightning. Alright, we'll give you a big hug. I'm gonna go figure out my stuff here. Alright, probably going to upgrade our main weapon to the Echo Black Razor. Seems pretty likely to me. Which honestly means I should probably slot it, but I don't know, we'll see. Close. Which means I think I want to just switch those two around. I think we're going to keep them. And I think some of these spells are going to get gone. Alright, spells. Oh, now we got another level 2. We have to go learn a level 2 spell now. Alright, so we gotta go learn a level 2 spell.
And before the sun off.
You did it. Oh, man. Just cracked my neck in it. Made a nasty sound.
I made a nasty sound?
I just cracked my neck and it made a really nasty sound.
Oh. You mean come rub it?
Probably means that bone that was way out of place is back near where it needs to be.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll come rub it for you if you want.
Ooh, Big Papa. I think I want to take this Lock Bash.
What the headbutt thing?
Yeah. I still feel like I want to take... Screw it. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take the shield training stuff and I'm going to set up for a single weapon mode. I don't know if we're going to use it very often, but I think we're going to use it for now. Alright, let's see. Second... Spells, boop. Second one spells should be up here on the top. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. I usually like Command Undead. It's pretty good through most of the quests. I do want a Glitter Dust. I do want a Gust of Wind. We could try knocking instead of doing the headbutt, I guess. That would free up a point, but then that takes away a spell.
Wouldn't look as awesome though.
That's fair. Alright, so we have these 4 spells I guess we could take. I guess we'll buy them all because we're going to be slotting out of a lot of our second level spells. Like, I really don't care about... I should keep Electric Boot, but I don't think I care about Scorching Ray anymore. Buy... second level spell mats. Too far. We got 4 of these right now. And scroll down. Learn it. This is. I wish it was this easy to learn stuff in real life. Just like click a button, say learn it.
Right?
Learn it. None of those are the ones I bought. Where's the other one I bought? Here it is. Glitter dust. Alright, so let's take a look at signal spells. Like I said, I think we can... I don't know, maybe we can't get rid of Scorching Ray. Maybe we do have to get rid of Electric Loop. But we definitely want Gust of Wind somewhere. I usually put it somewhere like in the middle, down at the bottom. And then I think we're going to want to put Command Undead or Glitter Dust into the list pretty soon. Which means we got to pick one of these. And I guess Electric Loop is currently the weakest of the spells. Although once we get Heighten, it'll probably be stronger than a lot of them. Yeah, I'd rather, I think, just have this on hand. Alright, we no longer need Burning Hands either, so I think we can go pick up a first level spell. We still have one more spell component. Sure. Oh, it's a buy, not sell, okay. I don't think we're casting any of those. What's going on with Sean Austin? Oh, nothing. Okay. I thought I read that he was in an accident all of a sudden. I'm like, what? Just imagining it, I guess. Mr. Frodo, take me. Alright, so let's go grab some first level spells really quickly. That's not you, right? No. We have 2 first level spell slots. Just realistically. We grab a Merfolks. And a Tumble. Then we'll look at our third level spells. Those all seem fine. And we have a spare. Fourth level spells seem fine, and those seem okay. Alright, excellent.
Anybody home?
Yep, for a few more minutes. How about you? Are you home?
Yeah, for a few more minutes, I hope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're here at the top of the summit.
Alright, so I think Burning Hands is definitely gone.
Oh, we're always at the top of the summit.
Guess we can keep Firebolt for a little bit longer. I'm not sure how much longer we actually need it. Okay, those all seem fine. Alright, let's go get us a shield, shall we?
So would you miss Sam making a promise that he probably shouldn't have made?
There was no promises made. I realize you're a drunkard and you don't know any better, but I didn't promise anything. Alright, let's
So
see.
what did he promise? What did he promise?
He didn't really promise, but he said something about like 50 subs and he'll do Twitch things. I like gifted a sub as soon as.
I said that would be the way that we would get to 50 subs. Because if I promised that.
I fully agree with that.
The problem is I don't even know if we could get to 50
Oh, we get there.
Like, people be making accounts to get to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I
You
don't
have
know.
enough followers that you could actually, because it doesn't have, the person getting the sub does not have.
Oh, they don't have to be in the channel watching when they get the sub.
No,
Nope.
I got a channel when I was offline. And who knows me that well that they can give me a sub? Because you can only see the ones that are in chat, and you know when you.
I guess it's at random, right?
I don't think it's random. I think they have to pick you out. It's possible, but
I can gift you 771 subs right now if I wanted to.
That's insane.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah,
That would, I would much rather you just put that money in an envelope. I would sing direct.
Tip jar.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be absolutely absurd.
Like Twitch doesn't need that much extra dollars. All right, let's grab a.
Seriously, not with the ads that come up on other streams and even some of the ones that I sub to. No, actually, the subs. No, I don't. No, I don't get any on the subs. At anytime I'm surfing, it's like this. The one that really kills me is the one that comes up. This ad supports Bob Ross. No, it doesn't. Bob Ross is dead. How in the world do you think people are? Oh, you know, there's enough stupid people in the world.
Yeah. No, Sadness, I'm not opposed to just sending him money if he needs it. So you know.
We're in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, but those cool emotes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
The emotes are the sweetness.
Yes, and we everybody should, you know, donate for emotes.
Man, I wonder if I should.
Especially since we got one coming out.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out the details of it. Do we do the cavalry plate for 2 levels? I guess it's 1 level. Yeah, screw
Heavy
it.
armor?
I think it's probably better.
You have heavy armor proficiency too? I thought you had medium armor.
I have medium, but cavalry plate. Oh, the cavalry plate is heavy. It didn't used to be heavy. It used to be medium.
It doesn't say that you have a minus on it though.
I'm not on Sam.
Oh, that's right. You were.
How? Why?
Dang it.
Oh. CAV. I kept hitting in CAL.
I can't read any of this stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, I can't read either. Would.
No, I have to put my magnifier up to read.
Oh, I just thought we couldn't read. I thought.
Well, that too.
Thought
but
we had
I have
taken
to put the
barbarian levels.
Magnifier up to see what Peter says on on YouTube.
Oh, I get you.
And that means I can't see what else is going. I can't reply to anything. And it wouldn't make any difference because he couldn't see it on YouTube anyway.
Well, it would. So what happens if you type on Twitch is Restream uses my account and puts everything that is said in the Twitch chat into the YouTube chat.
Yep.
So it does actually show up
And
over
it
there.
doesn't work in reverse. Well, I wish that they would put it in reverse too, because I would like to see what you're talking to or about.
Yeah, that pops up on the screen though. But
I
it would
know
be
that.
nice if it came up in the Twitch chat. I agree.
Which is why I have to go put my magnifier on and go full screen, or I can't read it.
Yeah, like I don't understand why they don't do that, but
I have a 42-inch monitor that is 8 feet away, and I can't read that little bitty small type.
I can make it bigger if people would like.
I don't know that I would like it bigger because that's going to take away from watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
I like that hairdo. Or is that a hat?
Oh, my do-rag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pirate do-rag. This was my first attempt at a fighter, really.
Well, now I can see that it's a hork.
Yeah. I love this character. I wish I had more time in the day to play some of these other guys that never get played. Where are my
You can
ghosts?
do like me and develop insomnia.
I already feel like I have insomnia most of the time.
For real.
Who's got the Ghost Touch bucklers from the Cove stuff? I need to reorganize. I made a lot of SAM storage 2s and 1s and stuff, but that's not good enough anymore. I need to rename things so I know what they are. Really hoping they get my items back for me because you really enjoyed your hand wraps. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they will. It's probably just some weird issue that caused the problem. I'm assuming Temps doesn't have any gear. What are the odds that Heal You Not has them? Feels super low, super unlikely. I honestly feel like it should probably be on Samius up here, but I don't think so. What I need to do is just get Stalwart Song has all the shields, and so on and so forth. Alright, let's glance at Butters. I don't think she's got him, but we'll glance. And then I'll probably just say screw it and use this the Swashbuckler, because it's amazing. I can't remember what the new buckler does from the Cove. But everything is really good. I think it was the Cove. Maybe it's not the Cove buckler. No, it's not the Cove buckler. The Halloween buckler. I know I made a bunch of them because I was enjoying the swashbucklers at the time. I just don't know where I hid them. Moonguard. Yeah, I don't think Butters got them. Darn. Got a couple of tomes I could probably give away for people on the Soluna server, maybe. I might have a contest coming up pretty soon. That could be alright.
Wrong?
Nothing's wrong. I was just saying that maybe we could do a tome giveaway pretty soon. I don't know if I have a full set of tomes, like +3 tomes to give away or not.
That seems strong, not what's wrong.
Oh. I used to have a bunch of tomes, but I don't think I do anymore. Alright. Yeah, I'm not seeing these shields. I'll have to dig around for them later. And just kind of see what I can find. So I think I at least want to have the option to go sword and board at certain places, and then I suspect we're gonna end up going sword and board full time later. We really need like that one more slot for spell power items. Which is where usually I use a rune arm, but we're not gonna rune arm this life. I feel like muscle wizards would not use a rune arm. I feel like that's out of flavor for muscle wizard. Also, if any of you out there happen to have what I like to think of as a Swiss Army knife epic build, basically something that can cover the traps, do some CC, do like secondary tanking, not primary tanking, but like secondary tanking, or at least crowd control in the sense of like getting them off of the main tank if necessary, or off of the healer. when the main tank is busy doing main tank things. Or something, you know, like 5-star or 5 Reaper Wool, 5R Reaper Wool. I would like to do some work with Butters. I have another yawn, excuse me. I would like to do some Butters work to get her updated to like the new in game. And if we do have time to do some level 20 stuff, it would be probably, or post 20 stuff, it'll be with her most likely. There is a chance that I'll instead just get Samius bot geared up and just keep him around in his 100% arty and just like split his skill points into Inquisitive and a couple of the arty trees, and just call that good enough. But I would really like to have something a little bit more flexible than just a level 20 arty. So if you have any ideas, yell at me. I'd really appreciate it. Alright. So what did we stick at the end here? A swashbuckler, and did we grab a one-handed weapon?
Time. Sorry, not you.
Oh, it's always my time. So we have a swashbuckler. What one-handed weapon do we want to use when we decide to use our swash? For at level 8.
So, I just got a text message from one of my best friends. He goes, so apparently Russia nuked themselves.
They basically did, yeah. It is super scary, but they basically did.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how news
I
travels?
missed that. You're gonna make me, look at Facebook and CNN and Fox to find
Didn't
out
I
what
put it?
happened?
I feel like I put it in the.
ammunition exploded. Ammunition plant exploded.
Did I not put it
Shrapnel
into?
for 9.5 miles.
Wow.
Did I not put it in Discord? Yeah, it's in Discord,
they're
Wood.
Celebrating 4th of July, right?
Basically.
Just if you still have Discord up, just scroll up to Wednesday, and I put the video in there. Like it is,
Yeah,
it
I
is
kinda have
disgusting.
Discord.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
If you just scroll up in the Discord chat, it's there. Oh wow, this thing looks awesome. I feel like a fairy princess.
NSFW? Does not?
No, it's in general. It's in general on Wednesday at noon, basically. Alright, so what are all the properties on this thing? Bludgeoning 2, meddling, smashing 5, so that's on a crit, and then transmuted platinum. It has a chance to turn things into platinum. Sweet. Yeah, we might try this crushing capital. It looks awesome in my opinion. Your giant fairy wand. And you are made of metal, and you are made of metal. Alright, I think that gives us our first real double strike. Must have something that's giving a little bit of double strike. Oh, these gloves, right?
There you go, Wood. I made it real easy for you. Just scroll all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, there we go.
Just as I found it. Oh my god. Thank you.
But yeah, it is sick. Like, there's a primary explosion and then like a huge secondary explosion. And it definitely looks like something absolutely bonkers is going on. I would like to know what the official excuse is. But yeah, I suspect at some point we'll transition back into daggers, which doesn't seem very muscle wizardy, but you can put all these points into a knife training in the Vishanti tree. You get awesome powers like rapid slash, haste boost. I think all those things add up really quickly. So yeah, I think we'll be good. We'll be good to go.
Redo my rogue. She's been sitting at 20 for a long time, and I don't really know what I need to change around.
Well, I just feel like I don't know what's. I have to really think to see what's.
From what I understand, like assassin DCs aren't the best anymore. That you should be going for like just straight deep, trying to maximize your sneak attack dice.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. So if anybody has a like assassin rogue, just hit me up.
All right. Whom do we want to throw it to today? We haven't thrown it to Rain in a while. We haven't thrown it to Clarice in a while. The Swede is running, but we threw it to the Swede, I think, earlier this week.
Clarice now has a jump scare.
A jump scare?
Yeah, where you can type in exclamation mark, either scare or jump scare. I can't remember which one she said it is, but you can type that in and then her computer will scream at her and actually...
That's too good.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the command is, though.
I need to talk to Var about getting it where they're not screen capturing her whole screen. I know that sometimes you have to do it, but I hate that all the time.
Yeah.
I hate that all the time. All right, so I guess we're gonna throw it to Clarice then, just so because we can watch her jump. And it's been a minute since we've thrown it to her. I don't think we threw it to her at all this week. All right, so we're gonna. Nope, not Rain. Clarice. That's why I typed Clarice. There you go. Raid Clarice. All right. Anybody or everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with us today. To Lab, thanks for gifting that sub. Keith, welcome to the USS Fat Halfling once again. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to make Clarice jump. And I hope to see you guys pretty soon. Peace and much love. Toodles.
Bye-bye.
Bye.